Howdy folks, it's Effing Controller, and I am back from France, ready to play Silent Hunter 3 again. I have returned from the French Alps and from the beautiful city of Lyon, and I had a really good time. I feel very rested and relaxed and everything, but we're going to sail around in the North Atlantic, so that's going to probably be undone pretty quickly, because there's a lot of destroyers and shit out there, and there's planes, and it's going to be horrible for reasons that are probably obvious, but for reasons that I will also show you momentarily. New reasons, oh boy. Let's take a quick look at the U-boat, quickly examine our torpedoes, make sure that they're all nice and well lodged, I guess. So, actually after the patrol ended, I was given, the game gave me 6 of these Type 5 torpedoes. These aren't loaded out by me, so that's a lot of escort destroying capability there, but happy to have them. I gave us a Type 11, because I like to turn it up to 11. And I gave us these 2 loot torpedoes, and I gave us a few Type 3 fats. Yum. And then, what else? The crew. That's the only other thing that's probably worth noting. The only actually thing worth noting other than the miscellaneous promotions that I handed out, which honestly don't matter all that much, but I gave Bach Pfeifengezeigt well, I gave him an Iron Cross, I guess. I don't think he had that, but I also gave him a helmsman qualification because I found that he was spending a lot of time below decks. We don't really like to sail on the surface too much in this beautiful Type 21 U-boat. So in the interest of fair distribution of labor, I'm going to have him work in, these compartments periodically, just so that these guys can get some rest, because I was finding that to be a little bit of a problem. I don't know if this is going to help it that much. The honest truth is that we just need another spot for our officers to rest, but well. See, the other thing about this too is that if I were to dive at this point, he would automatically be sent to the torpedo room, and he would be exhausted. He would be manhandling torpedoes for no reason whatsoever. He would be spilling torpedo grease on the floor for no cause whatsoever. It would just be a total waste. But I think this will work out pretty well. Other than that, I don't think there's much to talk about. This is our last patrol. I have some ideas for what I want to do, and also where I want to go. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later. I'm not going to do what I think a lot of people are expecting me to do, with it being the end of the war and everything. So I just want to say that at the outset, I guess. Dispel that little illusion that some of you are entertaining. I'm not going to go to Argentina, basically, is what I'm saying. But I'm going to go somewhere else, and I think it's an interesting idea that I had. It may not be that interesting, I guess, but it's an idea. It's a thing. I'm doing it. The other thing that is really important to note, the realism on this patrol will be at 100%. That means all of these options are checked, including no map contact update, which I could uncheck for no penalty to realism, but it is really more difficult to play the game with this enabled. No map contact update enabled. We also will not have an external view. We also will not have an event camera. Both of these, this in particular, I think is actually a kind of a thing that I have used as a little bit of a crutch. So I'm kind of okay, I'm really okay with disabling or enabling this, I guess. The external view was something that I have kind of thought about checking a while back, because it does make the game significantly easier for me, because I can tab around and stuff and look at stuff sinking and things like that. It's not really that fair. The problem though is that from a from a video, for the purposes of recording the Let's Play, it makes it a little bit easier to have this unchecked. But I'm going to go balls to the wall. I'm going to go full realism here. And we'll see how that works out for us. Probably not well. So, yeah, this is going to be an interesting patrol. I think where I'm going to actually have a sail to, as far as our hunting, I'm going to put us in that position where we were receiving a lot of convoy contacts. And we're going to try to see if we can mix things up over there. But Yeah, we'll possibly move on from there. I didn't really have a strong idea of where I should send us as far as our actual hunt. I was thinking a lot about where we would go at the end, but that's much later on down the road. That may not even be an issue, considering the fact that this is the end of the war coming up, and we may not have a chance to actually make our daring escape. But enough said about that. Let's get into the harbor and get underway. All right, we're underway. I had a little bit of a coughing fit, so I had to start things up again. I'm a little bit under the weather for some reason today, but feeling okay. I'm feeling fit and ready for duty. So here we are, and we're underway already. We've left the pen. It's late at night. Actually, it's not that late. It's 8 o'clock. I guess I'm old, and 8 o'clock is pretty late for me. But yeah, so here we are in the harbor, and I'm pushing F12, which is the hotkey for the external camera, and surprise, it's not working. That's not a surprise at all, because we intentionally disabled it, but whatever. So I'm trying to see if, first of all, if those damn bombers are on their way. They usually fly from over here. So far there's no sign of them, but my dutiful watch officer will let me know. So as far as our patrol, let's start plotting a course here, and maybe our friends will pay us a visit then. Sail on through here. Standard exit course here. Doop-de-doo, doop-de-doo. And as I recall, the area where I was running into most of those convoys and stuff was, I think, well, let me look at the map here. We'll get out of here and then I'll figure it out. Okay. There we go. That's a good starting course. And I think it was this area here that we were running into a bunch of it. I think it was these 5 grids here. AE 87, 88, and 89, and then AM 11 and 12. I think that's a great place to patrol. That's a tricky place to patrol too, because there's a lot of air cover and just general mayhem. Cthulhu is reputed to be out there, actually, so that'll be interesting. A lot of old gods in that area. Alright, what am I talking about? So let's see, we're going over here, and I think I'm going to kind of avoid the Faroe Islands. Is that the Faroe? Yeah, okay. And then we'll dip down like that. That should be a good start. And the other thing, I didn't even mention this, I didn't even notice at first, there's no dots on the map. So, we're not going to be able to hunt as easily as we have in the past. It is still highly possible to do this, or to play this game, to do it. I'm going to do this game. No, to play this game without the map contact updates. I don't really have a good technique for doing that. I kind of do it by feel. It's more of an art than a craft, I would say, if I'm being honest with you guys and being a dick about it. But I'll try to show you kind of how I work things out, and it works pretty well. I mean, I'm able to hunt pretty well without the map contact updates enabled. So I'll show you guys that when the opportunity arises. For now, we're going to leave the harbor and probably get bombed. That's probably going to be the next thing you see. I told you. Alright, let's get the flat gunners on deck. Alright, let's see here. Target? Well, they're all going to be bombers. I don't actually have to do all this. I could have just told them to engage right at the get-go, but oh well. Alright. It's going to be difficult to see them in the dark. Oh, just found them. There we go. We got a target there. That's probably not the one we should be shooting at, though. There's probably one that's going to be bombing us specifically. And it's going to be one of these two here. I don't hear the sirens from the harbor yet. And I don't hear any flak being shot. Should probably increase our speed. Oh, jeez. Scared the poo out of me. That one looks like he's gonna say hi to us, maybe. Wow. Yeah, I know. There's a lot of them. It's called an air raid, friend. Yeah, that one's coming towards us. We're not... Oh, we clipped him there. There we go, there we go. He's dropping bombs all over the place. Were those meant for us? Those were pretty far off. That's the one there that made a run on us. I don't think he... Did, oh, we got clipped with something there. Minor damage to the sonar. Yeah, we're repairing. Or are we? Alright. Let's get some people on this. Fix the sonar. It's not... Actually, the sonar is the active sonar. It's not at all crucial. It's not important. I wonder if we got a kill for that plane. It's not very easy for us to tell, though, because we don't have contact updates enabled. Whatever that is got hit. And there's some minor damage in the harbor, it looks like. Did we get the kill? We did not. Crud. Well, there you go. Not too bad. So those are extremely easy to defend against. I think we've established this. That will be the last bombing raid, though, for this career. I feel a little bit misty. Oh, oh boy. Oh well, I can't say that I'm going to miss it. Alright, let's get a standard bridge crew going here. There we are. Alright, let's proceed to our grid. Okie doke, we've got our first sound contact of the patrol, and it's going to be interesting because of the lack of the contact line, of course, but also the sea conditions are pretty bad. We have two merchants, apparently. These could have happened concurrent, like really rapidly. It could be the same ship that we're hearing multiple times there, and I just didn't get it slowed down quickly enough or something. I don't know what's going on there. There could legitimately be 4 ships, I guess. We've got a shitload of them, though, because I think we've got a shitload of them at this point, because we're getting another one, even though I have us following one. So really, I mean, I'm gonna just mark this as an arbitrary point here. They're moving slow and closing, and really what I try to do is I try to just kind of see if they change their bearing at all and in what direction, and it appears that they're opening their bearing a little bit. So they're probably heading towards us along this line, maybe. They could also be going this way. That would still technically be considered towards us. So I'm going to adjust our course to the north. It's kind of a, I mean, it's a little bit guessy, I guess. I don't really know how else to put it, but like I say, it's more art than craft. All right. So he's moving slow. Oh, we already completed our turn, and we're overtaking him basically. So he's probably dead even with us at this point. I'm gonna bring us up to periscope depth. Moving slow and moving away. Yeah. Okay. See, I think I kind of botched this, but if he's moving slow, we actually could overtake him, but let's actually take a listen. Very faint. Oh, we're not at periscope depth yet. Now, the sea conditions aren't really going to be conducive for a proper hunt.
0 entfernt sich.
I find that I use the manual hydrophone quite a bit under these circumstances too. Now I thought I just saw smoke there. Yes. They are moving away. And I can definitely see a shape of some kind. I'm going to try to overtake them. It says moving away, but we are definitely evening up with them. Oh, for Christ's sakes. No. That sucks. That is no merchant. Unless he deals in ice. It's pretty cold of the game, gotta say. What a chilling development. That really froze us in our tracks. Ice to meet you. Okay, that's enough. So that was a thing that happened just there. Actually gonna go on the surface. It's interesting because they must be in clusters. Because we definitely... Aha! Yes. Multiple icebergs. What? Kriegsschiff? I beg your pardon? What in the fuck is going on? Yeah, let's get underwater. I'm not happy with that. Okay, what the fuck? Now, icebergs should actually make a little bit of noise. They should kind of groan and creak, and you know, if there's any ice that actually comes off, they should actually, you know, make a lot of noise in that case. But part of me, when I was listening and I could hear that there was nothing there, it was me thinking, ah, it's a sailboat, I betcha. But I did not expect that. I'm actually kind of glad that we saw those, because I don't know if we've actually seen those before in this patrol. I've seen them plenty of times in other patrols, but how's that for our first target? And no, I'm not going to shoot him with a torpedo. I don't think it does anything. It just explodes and that's it. Which is something, I guess, but it's not worth it. I'd rather have it explode and make other explosions too. Alright, well that was actually kind of fun, if not slightly annoying. So we're going to return to course and go a little bit deeper so that we don't, you know, run into any icebergs or anything like that. Good that my sound guy was able to hear them despite their silence. I'm going to assume that that's them again. It'd be nice if the game would actually say, I hear icebergs rather than merchants, but whatever. Alright, we're going to keep sailing underwater for a wee bit. Proceed a little bit. Since there are icebergs on the water, we should probably go surfaced a little bit more on during the night so that my men can see them. Although apparently we can hear them, so maybe we're good just staying under. I don't know. Whatever. We're going to stay under for a bit. I'll probably put us up top for a little bit to get some fresh air and maybe chip off some ice for some whiskey or something. Well, we're more or less in our patrol grid now, and we haven't had a lot of contacts of any kind up to this point other than icebergs. We did have a couple of radar contacts incoming, I think, that were probably planes, but I don't have any way of verifying that because of my, you know, lack of camera-ness, which is a word that exists. And so, you know, it's been pretty mellow. I'm hoping that we can detect something audibly using the hydrophone, but so far nothing. We haven't had any radio reports either. We've had some radio messages that have come in, such as this one regarding the strategic bombing of cities. Yay! Yay! Destruction. But really been pretty mellow. I think on probably mostly on account of the waves. So I don't know how that bodes for us. Let's actually go on the surface here, and I'll look at the conditions real quick. Oh, it's calmed down, actually. This is considerably better. But still a little bit choppy, I guess. And I think I'm actually going to keep us... I'm going to have us recharge for a wee bit. And then I'm going to keep us under for a good long while, because we are hunting here after all. We don't want to just speed through and waste fuel and so on and so forth and everything else. So I'm going to recharge, put us under. There we go. And let's make sure, yep, you're in your cubby hole. I've had a little bit of a problem managing my officers because when I've had someone in here, for instance, and let's say Bach Pfeifengezeigt is on deck, he will default to go into the bow torpedo, which is not where I want him. I do not want that at all because he will get very tired in there. But it's been okay. I don't know. I'm not totally sure that I like the change that I made here, but it's working out okay. So, moving on, we're going to continue sailing underwater, try to catch something on the hydrophone, and take a shot at it. We finally have some signs of life, but it's not the kind of life that I like. I'm not living this life. My god, it's a warship closing. I dove us actually after getting some radar signals, so not sure if this is related or not, but either way, I don't want to have anything to do with it. Let's see if we can follow it. It's closing, which we don't like. It's at medium speed too. Well, I guess this is a good opportunity to kind of talk a little bit about defensive tactics. 253 is going to be over here, right here. So let's actually draw a line. Draw a line in the sand across this line. You do not. Also, dude. Never mind. Never mind. That is going nowhere. 107, right? I can do subtraction. Off in this direction. 252, 251. Now, here's what I mean when I say that it's kind of an art, other than me being an asshole about it. What it is, when you're watching the updates here on what bearing your enemy is at, you'll notice that they start coming in at a certain frequency. And if that frequency starts to ramp up quite a lot, that means that they're getting pretty close. I'm pretty actually happy with the way that this is looking, just the interval between those updates. So I think that he's probably going to sail right astern of us. I don't really feel frisky enough to... see, here he goes. Cruising right behind us. He's pretty damn close, to be honest with you. Let's actually take a listen. There you go. Awful goddamn close, but I think we are going to be able to avoid him. We've lost him, which is to be expected because he's in our baffles. He's... oh wait, that's not the right way to go. You want to go this way. So that just further put him in our baffles. Hmm. So that's something to bear in mind. That's a little bit of an Achilles heel with this. It's not an Achilles heel, it just fucking sucks. The only way that you can really track things very well is by telling your sound guy to follow the contact that he has, basically. Problem with that, we've got multiple contacts here, one of which sounds like it is got just incredible gastrointestinal distress going on. By which I mean it sounds pretty goddamn beefy. So I'm going to actually turn us as I'm bringing us up, and I should have had us running silent. Oh dear. That is not how you play this game. That guy right there, that guy, I like that guy. I like the trim of his jib. So I'm gonna see if I can take a look at him. Sounds pretty chunky. Okay. 340, that's that way. 340. He's at medium range, so he's got multiple stacks. Son of a bitch. We're too high now. Wait. No, they're still there. I think that they're moving too fast for us to catch at this point. Damn shame. That is a damn shame. But I just assumed that it was a meandering destroyer, and of course I was like, okay, go ahead and start tracking it, and my sound guy dutifully started tracking the single contact, but he has a friend with him, and... Oh, cock nuggets. Fuck. Well, there's nothing we can do about that. He's gonna sail right by us, and we cannot catch him on or underwater. We could do it under the... we could do it on the surface, but we cannot do it underwater. We can do it technically underwater, but we would run out of fuel. He's at 340. For posterity, I think I'm just going to go ahead and mark this down. And based on my brief little glimpse of him, let's also just dive at this point. That is really sad. Probably going about this way. And I would say he's moving pretty briskly. I would say 12 knots, just as a guess. Damn it all. Alright, well... See, I didn't need to be defensive. I needed to be offensive. Fuck, shit, damn. There you go, that's offensive. Alright, well, we're just going to slink back under, and if we have the opportunity to hunt that fine fellow, we will, but we will not, probably, in all honesty. We do need to get on the surface here in a little bit, get some fresh air on the boat, because it's starting to stink. Smells like farts and poop. Oh, wait. See now. Haha. Haha. They're going this way. Or thereabouts. Well, wait a minute. Let's turn a course then. Let's also briefly surface us. So I can see if we get hit with radar. No, okay. Let's get the silent running off. You'll notice that I drew that line wrong here because I didn't know, or I forgot, that we were heading this way. And hot pot of dicks, there is a thing. I could be crafty about this and actually do kind of a honeypot thing where I'm like, oh, I'm a completely idiotic submarine commander, which is true, but also I have torpedoes that have homing capabilities, and I will shoot them at you. Yeah, whatever. We probably have dealt with the air situation at this point. There's a bug with my install of the game, basically, where it's like, yeah, about your air, it's not going to go down. It's going to go down, but it's not going to look like it's going down. So, have fun with that. We have been on the surface stuff for a few minutes. That's usually enough to just get the air flowing. So, let's go ahead and dive. And I'm going to keep us under for a little bit, a little while, little wit, little bile. Sounds like a party to me. We are being repeatedly hit with radar. I think that's why we cannot reliably increase time compression here. Game chugged a little bit as I went on that bearing. Fascinating. Alright, well, whatever. There's other fish in the sea, as it were. So I'm just gonna keep on sailing. Trawl out my net. See if I can catch some delicious morsels. Yes.